It's Halloween, and I've come to the part of the British Isles where folklore and mythology are still taken seriously. The Isle of Man, nestled in the Irish Sea between the UK and Ireland. It's a place where it's still customary to say hello to fairies when passing their bridge, and if you don't, you'll get bad luck. And the island is home to the world's most dangerous sport, the TT, where riders risk their lives to race around the 37-mile course each year, where sadly over 200 have died in the event's history. In the first of a 3-part series, I visited some old RAF airport buildings now occupied by the island's aviation museum to investigate strange occurrences linked to a local soldier. But now I've headed to the north of the island, where I'll spend the night inside the island's most haunted house. Ramsey, a coastal town situated to the north of the Isle of Man, and the second largest settlement on the island after the capital city Douglas. And yes, I did say city. It was given a city status just earlier this year, making it the newest city in the world. Ramsey is industrial and may be overlooked by tourists visiting, but these former shipbuilding docks gave us the Star of India, currently in a museum in San Diego, California, and it's said to be the world's most haunted ship. The town also became infamous with smuggling, with legends of tunnels leading to many of these old bars and hotels. But the dark history of this place goes right back. The land round here is very bloody. In the shadow of Skyhill lies the Milntown Estate, built directly on a Viking battlefield and burial spot. It is regarded by islanders as the most haunted house on the whole of the island. Norse leader Godfred Crovan made several attempts to capture the Isle of Man, but on his third attempt in 1079 he succeeded. He'd noted previously that when his army came close, the islanders sent their women and children to safety into the woods of Skyhill. He arrived at night in the port of Ramsey, which was nothing more than a small fishing village, and sent 300 of his men to hide inside these woods on Skyhill, sneaking up a nearby river. Here the men waited, axes sharpened and ready, and at sunrise the main army landed on the beach close by. As predicted, bells rang out, and the locals grabbed their children and livestock and ran to refuge towards Skyhill, not realising the ambush that was set during the night. They were massacred. The men in Ramsey soon realised what had happened, but it was too late. They were pincered by Vikings arriving from the port and men now emerging from the trees, having killed the women and children. The battle took place at the bottom of Skyhill, but as you can imagine, it didn't last long. The death toll is said to be 666. The dead were thrown in a mass grave somewhere around here. It has never been found, but descriptions passed down over time suggest that it is somewhere on the Milntown Estate. The island was then ruled by Vikings. Godfred's son, King Olaf, was murdered by an axe to the skull in the Ramsey harbour by his own nephew when he went to hug him. Milntown was built in the 1500s on a piece of land bought by the MacChristian family, whom it is said were direct descendants from the Viking King Godfred Crovan himself. They were Manx loyalists, and some believe they chose this location specifically. The name, over time, evolved from MacChristian to simply just Christian. The house was resident to William Christian, a Manx politician executed for treason in 1663 for his part in the Manx Rising. He was executed at Hango Hill that I mentioned earlier in part 1 of my video series. His cousin Edward Christian was dragged from this house for causing a political unrest. He died in prison at Peel Castle on the west of the island. And the ghost stories of this place start very early on. A document found in a roof space at the house appears to be part of a will made by Ewan Christian sometime before his death in 1719, which warns his son against going into the woods at the end of October, aka Halloween. It says, "I have been much troubled by the spirits of Skyhill battle that walk our grounds. The poor souls of Manxmen slaughtered by Vikings crying out for mercy. I hear them in my dreams still, and I warn you now, if you value your sanity, never venture into our woods in the days before All Hallows Eve." This document is still on show in the house today. The building underwent many renovations over the centuries, the heaviest being in the 1700s when it was pretty much largely rebuilt. The Christian family moved to Cumberland in England and let out their house to tenants until John Christian decided to return and live here in 1830. After his death in one of the bedrooms here, his daughter Isabel destroyed all of her father's paperwork, which included original plans of the house and old photographs. When William Bell Christian died in 1886, the Christian family had died out with it, and the house was run as a boarding school by his widow, and later as a hotel. So what about the ghosts? Well, the ghost of Lady Kathleen Edwards, who lived here until 1975, has been seen mainly in the rooms left untouched since her death. She was the mother of a racing car enthusiast, Clive Edwards. Lady Kathleen was a spiritualist, regularly hosting seances in Milntown House, inviting mediums to attend from across the UK. It is claimed on several occasions that she was able to talk to the dead. She's been known to have been seen from her old bedroom window, looking out over the scenery. Her spirit is also said to haunt the living room downstairs. It seems no matter who you speak to on the island, everybody knows about the ghosts of Milntown.
Many years ago, we had a family trip to Milntown up in the north of the island. Me, my daughter, my wife and my son. The kids were only little, I think my daughter was about 8. We had a tour of the house. The guides are very, very good. And in one room, as we were coming out, we'd done the visit and the tour. Just leaving one of the rooms, it was like a sitting room, and my daughter said, "Who was that quiet lady sitting on the settee?" And I thought, "There's nobody sitting on that settee." So I said to her, What do you mean? I didn't spot anybody. And she said, "There was an old lady sitting on the settee." And she just sat there listening and didn't say anything. And I thought, well, there was nobody sitting there. And it was only many, many years later that I found out that room is supposedly haunted. I forget who the lady is, but she's an elderly lady who does appear in that particular room.
The vintage car collection of the Edwards family are still here, and the house has been largely left untouched since it was last lived in. Beds being shaken and people pulled from their bed at night is the most common activity here. Lady Kathleen experienced this during her life in the house on several occasions. A lady guest sitting in a drawing room upstairs claims to have had her hair stroked from behind, whilst a white lady has been talked about for many years in downstairs passageways and in the kitchen areas. One guest in the green bedroom went to use the toilet during the night. She claims to have seen a man standing there and asked, "Are you happy?" to which he nodded and then disappeared. The next day, guests, who were direct descendants of the Christian family, were visiting, with one guest in particular, Ewan Christian, supposedly resembling the man that she saw during the night. A clergyman has also been seen on the stairs outside the green room. One of the last members of the Christian family was a clergyman who died upstairs in one of the bedrooms at Milntown in 1886. One guest described to Lady Kathleen a man walking through a wall in the library at the exact spot where Lady Kathleen later said a door once used to be, but has since been bricked up. This is the room that was regularly used for Victorian-era seances, and where Lady Kathleen claims that many mediums regularly spoke to the dead. A lady has been seen asking for a Henry, particularly in the bedrooms overlooking the orchard. In the 1700s, census records show a small boy called Henry died in the house during infancy. It's also claimed that children have been seen in the corridors, supposedly from a time when the house was used as a boarding school. And it gets stranger. In 1986, two separate couples left Milntown after a dinner party, both of which asked who the old lady was sitting on the bench by the front drive gates. There was nobody there, and no old ladies were present at the dinner, yet both described seeing exactly the same person. On a separate occasion, a medium attended a séance here later in the same year and described how a housekeeper likes to sit at the main gates. She also mentioned that the woman's husband was also a gardener here, and he is still present on the site. A large black dog was seen regularly between 1927 and 1931, with glowing red eyes. It became known across the island as the Black Dog of Milntown, and still appears in local literature today. When Lady Kathleen was seriously ill, several members of the family described seeing a shadowy black dog inside the house. One of Lady Kathleen's regular mediums from her séance events visited her and said that it was a bad sign. Lady Kathleen died 2 days later. Former estate manager Paul Corkish worked here in the early 2000s. Despite being a skeptic, he saw a man in a green coat walking past the porch door beside his office in around August 2003 at around 7 a.m. When he went to open the door, there was nobody there. Paul stayed in the house one night in Sir Clive Edwards' bedroom and reported hearing footsteps getting louder outside of the door. He turned on the light and went to look, only to find the area was empty. He heard the footsteps again at 2 a.m. and quickly went straight out, even claiming to see the actual steps depressing onto the carpet floor under the weight as if somebody was actually walking along it. Even today, staff working at Milntown often claim from their kitchen area that they can hear footsteps upstairs when the rest of the house is empty. It's hard to know where to start with this place. The staff who run Milntown have kindly allowed me to access the full building overnight. I will make my way through Milntown and will try to see if I can make contact with the dead and those who are still said to be active here. I knew it was going to be a good night. I checked in and already things started happening. We haven't even got inside the house. I have just literally checked into my apartment here at Milntown. This is it. I've got like an upstairs, downstairs apartment. We are on site, but the house alarm is going off for the actual Milntown house. It's empty, there's nobody in it. The alarm's gone off. The estate's manager Adam told me this happens quite often. Something had triggered a motion sensor inside of Milntown. Once I got access to the house, I started recording some B-roll footage when I heard some knocking sounds, so I stopped to investigate. Hello? I am hearing noises throughout this building. Okay, so I've blackened a lot of the windows just so we can get these shots at night. Someone in here? What the hell is going on? Is that a radiator? I think it's a radiator. It's not on. Yeah. I think I've debunked it. It's noises coming from down here. It's possible that these sounds may have just been coming from the house's heating system. So what is going on at Milntown? We've got a haunted house on a haunted battle site with many people buried somewhere on this site. Before we get going, give the channel a like and subscribe. There's many videos of investigations on there and plenty more still to come from my series on the Isle of Man. You've probably heard me say so many times on videos, I always wanted to come and do this location, I've always wanted to come here. And generally I do. These are places that I pick and I approach and say, can I come and investigate your premises? But I've been aware of Milntown for a long time, probably over 10 years. As soon as I became aware of the history of this place, I was like, if I ever go to the Isle of Man, I've got to go and visit this place. And I've been so lucky that I've planned this trip. I've come here and there it is. When this, because I've researched this place for so long that when I came up this driveway like this, and then this came into view, and I just instantly recognised it from all the video and photos I've seen of this place and in the books I've read. I was like, wow. And the first ghost story takes place on this very bench. Two separate couples leaving the estate out of this driveway back in the 1980s. On separate occasions both said, who was the woman sitting on the bench? And here it is. This is the bench where she was supposedly seen. Spirits of Milntown. The families who've lived here. The people that have died on this bloody land. Please be kind to us tonight. We're going in. I mean, no disrespect, but we really, really want to contact you tonight. So this is it. I'm still hearing noises. We heard doing some filming in here during the daytime. Little taps, little bangs, and I put it down to this building's heating system. Obviously you're hearing the clock behind me. That is going to chime probably throughout the night. And this is it. I'm in Milntown. All by myself. Where should we explore first? Okay, this is the first room we're going to go into. This is the library. Now I've been told this is a very active room. Possibly one of the rooms that they did seances in the Victorian times when they were trying to contact people from people who've lived here over the years. I just want to point out as well, I can't turn this light out. That is just outside. I can't actually open those double doors. That's the front entrance, but I come in through the guest's entrance, so I can't turn that off. But there's a sort of porch light constantly on. So I just want to say there is a little bit of light coming in, but when we go through here, this is just total darkness. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Rob. I come from England. I'm wearing a Manx Isle of Man t-shirt because I know the people who lived here represented the Isle of Man. They were very big supporters of the Manx identity, and fair play to you because I've been here for the last 6 days. You live on a beautiful island. I love the culture of the Manx culture. It's just the floorboards. I love everything about it. I love how you still keep your legends and your mythology and your paranormal and your supernatural stories are still part of your identity, and I love that. So thank you for the warm hospitality I've had on this island for the last few days. It's been amazing, so thank you. First of all, I just want to explain why I'm here. I'm purely here not to be disrespectful to any memories or any people here. I'm purely here just to try and document any evidence of paranormal activity, because I've heard that a lot happens in here. The literature on the wall, it's what you would expect in a big stately home like this. We've got the old portraits looking over us, little fireplace. We've got shutters, and I've asked for the shutters to be closed just to maximise the darkness that we can get in here tonight. And I have to say, it feels very warm in this house. I've got a coat on. I thought it was going to be freezing cold, but it's lovely and warm in here. People see people walking down the stairs. I know that there's been a lady seen on the stairs on countless occasions. Do you want to come down? I know you're very curious about who I am, but I'm Rob. Just here for a friendly chat. Through here we've got a sitting room. This has been left untouched since the late 90s, when this was last used as a residential house. So everything is original. It's not like some places you go, like I know in the northeast we've got the Pockley Manor at Beamish, where they kind of like, it looked like this when it was last lived in, and then they've converted it back to a periodic manor house. But these are the original. Everything in here is original, I've been told. The furniture, the seats, everything is how it was when it was last lived in, and when the last people passed away. It was in the will. And then through here, I get lost in this place. It's like a little maze. You go through here to the kitchen. There's another staircase here. Through here, you've got the courtyard outside, the middle courtyard. To the right is the original kitchen, the servant's kitchen. Another set of staircase going up there.
I want you all to remember this painting of a man who used to live here at Milntown on the wall that I briefly mentioned. This is going to become very relevant later on. Meanwhile, I'm using a device that measures electromagnetic energy and records the temperature in a room.
Okay, so we're getting nothing coming up on the milligauss.
temperature in the library room is looking at 18.1 Celsius. Is there any spirits in here? See this little device on my hand? If you can... It's fluctuating a little bit. 18.5. Can you come forward? Can you change the temperature in this room? Can you make it, you know, whether you can make it hotter, colder? It's actually going up. It's gone to 18.7. I don't know if you can see that there. It's better. 18.8. Can we get it to 19? Still on 18.8. It flickered to 19, I think. I mean, this is normal. I mean, I'm guessing the heating has been on. But 19.2. 19.4. It's going up. Scientifically, that could be my breath. That could be the fact that I'm in here. My body heat's in here. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put it on the side of this table so you can see I'm not touching it at all. 19.4, 19.2. So it's fluctuating around that sort of mark. If there's somebody making it warmer in here, can you turn it right up? Can you get it to 20? I'm standing as far back from it as I can. I'll zoom in from here. 19.4. Seems to be stuck around 19.4. I'm going to make a noise. If you can copy it, I'll be able to hear, because I've been hearing knocks in this place all day. So if you can copy this noise, anybody that's around, that's active in this area. No, that wasn't me. I didn't do the knock. If that was somebody, can you repeat that? Can you do that again? There's a noise from out there. Obviously you can hear the ticking clock. We're ignoring that. Now a stable 19.4. The temperature has gone up. Not much, just a degree, but I heard a noise in here. It could just be natural building noises. But can you copy this noise? I'm going to make a knock. Can you copy this? It's really funny. You won't see this when you're watching it back, but I can see it on my screen. I can see the timer of the video, so it's showing how long I'm recording this video file for, and it's exactly in time, exactly in sync with the clock, by the second, by the millisecond. Just coincidental the way I press record. Temperature, oh, it's gone up. 19.5. It's going up all the time. Let's go out the room. Hearing noises out here. If somebody is out here, can you get my attention?
through here. Dining room. Another possible location where they could have been doing the seances. We don't actually know which rooms they were doing them in, but usually there were big, great halls or dining rooms, or if you watched my video on Cardiff Castle from 2020, they actually built a specific tower to do seances in the castle, which was incredible. Is anybody in here with me? I'm getting really hot in this coat. Now, I'm not, obviously, yeah, I'm wearing 2 layers. I've got a hoodie on underneath. I was really anticipating this to be cold, because I was cold in here this afternoon, and then it's warmed up and there's no radiators on, which is really strange. What do you want to do next? Should we do a spirit box? Should we do some EVPs? We've got the EVP recorder. Yes, we have. Okay. We'll stand away from the clock, because the ticking is going to come out on the voice recorder there. Oop, that was just a floorboard. What temperature are we on? It's gone up even more. It's gone up to 19. It's going to go to 20 in a second. Now I've been out of the room, so it's not my body heat. That's interesting. Spirits in my hand. I've got a digital voice recorder. I'm going to press the record button. This is your chance to talk into the red light, which is going to appear. What is your name? That's a motorbike going past. We are literally next to the Isle of Man TT course, so we do get a lot of people driving around here with the layout of the course. Is there any spirits in here that's from a family that's lived in this house? Has anybody got a message for anybody that's on the other side, on the living? We could pass that message on. Okay, I'm going to stop recording. Let's have a little listen. Okay, we didn't get anything, I didn't hear anything on there. This is going to standby mode, so let's put this back on again. That was interesting how that's gone up to, it's gone to 20 now. It's actually dead on 20.1. The temperature in here has risen by 2 degrees, and I've even been out of the room. And you can't say that's my hand or my body temperature making the device warmer, because it's been on a table and I've been stood a couple of meters away from it. I don't know, people will say, well, your body heat, but I can't change the temperature of the room that quickly, surely. Let's do a seer session. Spirits of Milntown. Can you show yourself to me? If you're on the stairs, you're in the library. Showing 20.1, so it's stayed the same. Oh wow, look at that. We've got a man sitting at a desk with pictures on the wall. Something flashed past the screen there. I think it was an orb. I think it was just a bit of dust. Okay, which is interesting because that man that's on the wall, look at him. He's the same guy. Wearing the same white. What the? That's so amazing. Look at the photo, the painting on the wall of the AI image versus the guy that's so cool. So who's the guy sitting at the desk? Is there somebody sitting at this desk? If there's someone sitting at the desk, can you show me something, an image that would maybe show me who you are? So, okay, so it's bringing up fingers with a ring on it, jewellery. What's the AI? Because obviously AI doesn't generate exact images, but it'll produce something. Family. Wedding. I don't know about that. Save that file. That's weird. I mean, I'm not saying that's paranormal, but that was weird. I would like you to put headphones on and listen to this next part with the volume turned right up. Have a listen to this. First of all, the knocking sound I heard when I asked for a knock. I'm going to make a noise. If you can copy it, I'll be able to hear, because I've been hearing knocks in this place all day. So if you can copy this noise, anybody that's around, that's active in this area. No, that wasn't me. I didn't do the knock. And I got one. Second of all, I thought I heard a noise outside. But listen to what you can hear when the audio is amplified. Is this somebody walking? You can hear a boot and even the rustle of what could even be a trouser leg. There's a noise from out there. There's a noise from out there. There's a noise from out there. And then there is the AI image of a man sitting at a table, whilst with the portrait in the background that is very similar to the one in the room I'm in. Let's not forget, this was the room used to speak to the dead, and it's also a room where a man has been seen in a now sealed up doorway, literally where I'm standing. Hello, can you hear a voice coming through? Who are you? Who can I hear? Is there a gentleman sitting at a desk or at the table in here? What's your name? Did you live in this house? Bit of a response there. My name's Rob. What's your name? Did he say William? I thought I heard the name William. That's interesting. You know, there was a William that lived here. He was executed on the island of the Isle of Man. Do you represent the Manx people? I love your house. This is a lovely house. I love it. I've been following the history of this house back in England for a long time. Don't walk on that in the dark. And I've finally come over. I came to this island to visit this house. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Milntown, the history of Milntown, amazing. Is there a painting of you on the wall anywhere? Lady Kathleen, are you here?
Let's review some of those EVPs that came through the spirit box.
Who can I hear?
And my daughter said, "Who was that quiet lady sitting on the settee?" And I thought, there's nobody sitting on that settee. And it was only many, many years later that I found out that that room is supposedly haunted.
First of all, it's important to point out that if this is a radio station bleeding through, the people speaking would be in a broadcasting voice. Yet I'm convinced this one sounds like it's saying William. And it even sounds like that when you slow it right down and you can hear it is still talking across multiple sweeps, meaning it is coming through multiple frequencies, which a radio station would not do. And that's interesting, because a man called William Christian, who was executed on the island, lived in Milntown.
I'm using my device that's just going to check the readings in here. I did a baseline test earlier on this afternoon and it's fluctuated a little bit, but we're on flight mode, so nothing should be interfering with this. It's coming up as mixed. If it was a phone signal, it would come up as phone Wi-Fi along the bottom there, but it did blip a little bit. I think it was as we came into this room. maybe not. Before we go upstairs, I just want to take a few photographs of the Milntown Estate. What a lovely house this is. I'm so grateful to the people at Milntown, in particular the site manager, Adam, who, amazing the permission that he gave me to come here and to have accommodation here as well. It is fantastic. I think there's enough light here to do some low light photography as well. If you remember the video we did in Berkeley. Okay, let's have a little look upstairs. This is Lady Kathleen's private area. Look at that for the front of the building. Obviously we can't go through there, and I wouldn't want to break my way through. I respect the house. I'm not going to break any rules. Look at that beautiful chandelier as well. What a fine apartment this is. Toilet and bath. Lady Edwards, Lady Kathleen Edwards had this section to herself. This was her bedroom, and this is the, oh wow, this is the room where people see her looking out the windows over the beautiful grounds at the Milntown Estate, and this must be her in these photographs. Look at this. Oh, wow, you're not seeing that on the night vision very well because it's reflecting. It was a beautiful old picture of. These are some of her belongings as well. I have no doubt. Just before, oh, look at that radio as well. I almost feel that I shouldn't be in here because this is this was somebody's private space. And I know obviously the house has moved on in times, but this has not been touched since she passed. Maybe they've added, there's a Bible there as well. Must have been quite a religious family. Stick some photos in here. Lady Kathleen, my name is Rob. I am really into the paranormal, and I would love it if you could give me some kind of indication that you are with me in spirit tonight in your beautiful home. I just want to say Milntown is one of the most spectacular buildings I've ever investigated. I'm not saying that just because I'm here. I'm saying that because the gardens, the view, when you look at the windows. I'm staying in one of the apartment buildings, which used to be a garage. You would have known it as one of the garages. It's now converted into a self-catering apartment. It's beautiful, beautiful up here. I love it. I really do love it. And I'm running the seer. This is the window. This is the exact window where people see Lady Edwards looking out. People see a face, they believe it's Lady Edwards. It's her bedroom that she's in. I hope you don't mind me being in here, as it's brought... Oh my god, it's brought up like a wooded hill. That's like Skyhill. With like a purple... Is she trying to show me the view that she looks at? Trees. Obviously, it's not going to show a photograph of Skyhill because the AI can't do that. It's going to generate a description of what the magnetometer's in the device, and it's put up a wooded area, Skyhill. And would you see Skyhill from this window? I'm trying to get my bearings on the building. I need to ask the manager when he comes back. But when we talk about looking out of a window and that comes up, can you see Skyhill from this window? If so, that is incredible. Lady Edwards, if that was you or somebody that was giving me that image, thank you. I know what people will say. You've got something and you're putting 2 and 2 together, getting 5. That was quite impressive. That's 2 impressive things we've got. The man at the table in front of the painting, and that, which was impressive. I don't know where I am in the building. That's why you get disorientated. So let me just work it out. So front door's that way. So that's looking, Skyhill would be diagonal that way. So she could sit here in this chair, which is sitting at the correct angle. You could sit here. I'm not going to sit on the chair because this is an original piece of furniture. You could look straight out that window and you would get Skyhill, which is a beautiful view, by the way. If you come here to the Isle of Man and you're looking for self-catering rather than the hotel experience, which I can tell you basically the hotels I've stayed in before I came here have been quite bad. I stayed in one of the hotels on the Douglas Promenade. They're very old rickety buildings and you hear so much noise at night. I've got another image come through. It's a man with pipes. What's that trying to show me? Obviously the AI's created some hybrid image. Lady Edwards, can you make a noise? Can you make a physical noise that makes me become aware of your presence in here? Yeah, as I was saying before, if you come to the Isle of Man and you just want to do a self-catering in a cottage type place, come to Milntown. The apartments here are absolutely gorgeous. Up in the north of the island by Ramsey. So have a little look through here. Should go in this room first. So this is like a living room area. Oh, look at all of this in here. So this would have been a living room area. Maybe you didn't have a telly, but a little sofa. All these pictures as well. Impressive. Impressive. Wow. Just going to take a seat. Oops, that flashing is basically the unlock button on my phone, trying to unlock facial recognition, which uses infrared. I'm just going to sit and See if anybody wants to speak to me. Hello, is Lady Edwards here? I've done loads of locations by myself. Chillingham Castle, one of the biggest ones I've ever done. The Galleries of Justice. They're massive buildings. And you sit there completely alone in the dark. But this one just has a different vibe to it. I genuinely feel like there is somebody with me. I'm not saying that from a psychic point of view or because I've heard or seen anything, but I genuinely get this vibe that there's something here and it's friendly, it's lovely. Nothing here that's going to hurt me or throw something at me, but I say that on the floor above there's men get dragged out of bed, so I don't know. I don't know what's in here. Oh my god. That's just a clock doing some sort of automatic things at like 1 hour or something. What? 11 minutes past. I don't know why it's done that. Then. Someone trying to get my attention. Let's get my voice recorder out. See if we can capture anything. Hello, my name's Rob. In my right hand I've got a little device which has a little red light on it. A little grey box with a red light on it. Can you just talk into it? Is there somebody here with me? Can you tell me your name? Ending the session. Okay. I'm going to take a couple of pictures of this room. Oh, I stand up now. This is quite a comfy seat. Let's take some from this seat. 3, 2, 1. Over here. Over here. Okie doke. I haven't left anything. Oh, speak about plagues of... Oh, that's Brittany and Jersey. Interesting. Lady Edwards? Are you in here? Is that you trying to talk to me? Is this your bedroom? It's a beautiful bedroom. It's a beautiful house. Your apartment was beautiful. I haven't been in this room yet. Lady Edwards, I believe that your spirit is still here. This was a place you loved so much, this building. Can you tell me how many spirits are in this building? Is this the window, Lady Kathleen Edwards, that you looked out of? A lot of people say they see you up here. I saw something move. I think it's a reflection of light.
With another interesting AI image, I decide to go up to the bedrooms. And it's these rooms where people have been dragged from their bed, footsteps outside the bedrooms heard, and most interestingly, a ghost said to be that of a clergyman has been seen walking down the stairs. It's in these rooms where several members of the families that have lived here have also died.
So this is an interesting part of Milntown. I've come up another flight of stairs. There's another flight of stairs going up, and then up there I'm in a room where grandfather clock going off. So in this room on the left there were quite a few stories about people being dragged from their bed. Oh, that was somebody there. That's not somebody there, is it? Oh my god. Do not put that there. Jesus. I literally thought that was somebody stood there. I don't know what you could see on the night vision. I came in, all I see is an outline. Obviously I'm looking at it through a tiny little lens on the, look at that old TV, and a tiny little lens on the camera, as you can see there. I thought that was a person. I genuinely thought a person was stood there. And there's a, oh my god, my heart jumped. I literally jumped. This is the bed, wow. This is the bed where people see, or people wake up in the night, there's somebody stood over them. This is well documented, this bed. And it happened on so many occasions. So many people said they were dragged from this bed. I don't know why. I don't know what the significance of this bed is. But wow, somebody in here with me, not that, which is some sort of coat, helmet, and another clock that's ticking away. If you're in here, can you get my attention? I'm not in bed, so you can't drag me out. There's another bedroom just through here. I'll take a picture of this bed, because this is quite cool. I love cases of what's quite poltergeist, isn't it? Being dragged out of bed. Flash. Flash. Please don't be a mannequin in here as well. Oh, what's that? Carpet. Chipped over there. Flash. Flash. One of those annoying cupboard doors that vibrates when you... There's so much expensive stuff in here. I'm surprised they let me in here, to be honest. That's annoying, that. It'd be handy if you were doing a seance in here and you faked by... You didn't have to press hard. You didn't even have to take my foot off the floorboard. That's vibrating. That's annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't like it in here. You can't walk, I have to stay still. Can somebody in here make a noise? I'm going to stay rooted to the spot. Can you vibrate that? You can see I'm in the mirror, so I'm just going to stand here. Can somebody make that cupboard, make that noise that it just did there where it shook? So many clocks going off as well. Another one there, you can hear the one through there, and the grandfather clock downstairs. It'd drive you crazy if you lived here. It would, wouldn't you? If all you could hear was that at night. Well, maybe it would send you to sleep, I don't know. Oh, rocking chair as well. Can you rock the chair? Let's see if we can voice record in here. I know we've got that annoying clock, but here it goes. Hello spirits, in my left hand I've got a device with a little red light on it. Can you talk into it? Is there any spirit in this room that would like to communicate with me? Who is the person who drags people out of their bed? Why do you do that? Ending recording.
In my left hand, I've got a device with a little red light on it. Can you talk into it? Is there any spirit in this room that would like to communicate with me? Who is the person who drags people out of their bed? Why do you do that?
Here's another AI image showing gravestones amongst trees. It's bizarre. But when you think about it, the Skyhill victims are buried somewhere on this land.
Right, so what kind of energy are we getting through here? Getting anything coming through? Is there any spirits in this room and you can show me your energy? You can manifest yourself. You can bring your spiritual energy forward. It is showing at 0.7. That's very small, but that means there's something. It's not the camera, look, so I can bring it right up to the camera. Doesn't affect it. There's something. Might be electrical. There's obviously lighting up there. It's bringing quite a steady line on the graph. EF. If we go out here, does it drop? No, it goes up. No, it drops. So the EF in here. Is it that? Maybe it is. Just like the grandfather clock.
Whoa. Get the light on in here. I heard a noise in here. Was it that cupboard door? Was that door open before? I'm going to have to check the video for that. Was that the noise? Was that door open? I don't remember it being open. It might have been. I'm not making it up. I'm not trying to pass things off as paranormal. We'll go back and check the footage, but was that door open? I just genuinely can't remember when I was here. Oh, we've got photographs, haven't we? We have photographs. Was that door open before? Yeah, it was. Okay, it was. But I heard a noise. If there's someone in here, can you do that noise again? Did you hear that? That was faint, but I heard a thing. Can you do that again? Spirits of Milntown. I'm rooted to the spot. In fact, you can see me in the mirror, I'm not moving. Can someone make that knock again? I'm trying to hear you. You've got my attention. It's working. Go upstairs. I say we're going upstairs, we've just gone down and then back up another set of stairs. I don't actually know what this room was for. But it's a lot cooler in here. I'm not sweating as much in this room. And there's half a torso of a mannequin. How random. Is anybody in here? Would like to make a noise? Make a sign that you're here? Go up to the really dark bits upstairs. There's some real dark bits upstairs. I'm going to show you what's in here. It's like a bathroom, like a massive doll's house. Let's carry on going up because there's a part of this place that's really creepy, really creepy. Another chandelier there. These were the dormitories when this was a school. They say that there's kids up here, but you think, do kids die in here? Why would there be kids up here? Watch the mat. So this is mainly used now for storage. A lot of these old photos are up here. Wow, that's how you chandelier. So that
I'm not going to touch it obviously because that chandelier is probably worth thousands, but so you turn it, the wire goes through the ground and you can lower it. I didn't realise that's how it worked. When I think of chandeliers, I think of that Only Fools and Horses scene where they release the wrong chandelier and it smashes on the ground. Which they had to do in one take, by the way, because if they laughed or they got it wrong. Oh, what ship is that? They used to build a lot of ships here in Ramsey. Look in here. This is no attic space. Random toilet. Take some pictures up here. Take some pictures, some photos. Okay, spirits, I'm taking a photograph. If you would like to be in the photograph, stand in front of me. I heard a noise from straight ahead. Somebody up here with me? Very careful not to hurt myself. What we got in here? Up here as well, just constantly where all the storage and archives. Look at that. Now they said the will, remember the will they talked about? It was discovered in an attic. Oh. Death. They do Halloween attraction stuff here. The will that said, hand the estate over to my son, blah blah blah, do not go up to Skyhill. They said they found it in like a little attic, in a little site. That'll be where they found it, look. What's in there? Oh, I'm not going through there. It's too dirty. Well, this is where the magic happens. There's a Wi-Fi router. Is there anybody up here? Anybody at all? Let's try some communication. The voice recorder. EVP recordings in the attic of Milntown. Is there anybody up here in the attic space, the old dormitory that used to be a children's area? Can you come forward? Can you speak into the little device in my right hand? Can you tell me your name? Who you are? I'm just here to chat to you. I'm not here to disrespect you in any way. It's a live review. Is there anybody up here? Any children? What's your name? I thought I heard someone saying me. Who am I talking to? Did anyone in here die in this building? Who is here with me?
My time in Milntown had come to an end, but I was not done yet.
It's not over. I'm keeping the coat on. I'm going up Skyhill.
Join me for the final part of my Isle of Man adventure as I go up Skyhill.